Everybody's calling me a monster in the chat now, which is pretty fair,
It's
probably.
because you cooked and ate your mandrake.
I didn't. Was I supposed to hold on to him? I don't know.
Those are not
He
for
filled
eating.
my hunger. It was perfect. My sanity is a little bit down, but
Janessa, check the baby. Check the baby. That was courtesy of Andrew. Oh yeah, that's all right. We'll forgive you. Apparently, the game's not gonna put you in.
it didn't kill me.
Go to starve jail. So.
It didn't kill me, and what doesn't kill you only makes you less hungry.
Janessa just said, haha, wait, aren't we supposed to bake the baby in a pie? Oops. Mixed
Listen,
messages
if
here.
we're not supposed to eat this baby, I don't know why we went through the whole process of having it. Like, my understanding from the start was, we were going through all the work of having a baby, and the end reward was we get to eat that baby.
A delicious meal. Yeah.
You eat the placenta, Phil, not the baby. You got it.
That's right. Delicious. Phil, is your stream usually this nasty with talk of little Wilsons and eating babies, or?
Yeah, this is pretty much exactly what my stream is all the time, and I apologize for inviting you.
No, it's awesome. I love it. This is pretty great.
So, I mean, I have been meaning to ask you, Danielle,
Yes.
and, just, be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
How completely fucked is Polygon when I'm not there? Like, it must just be a wreck.
We're barely keeping it together right now,
Yeah,
Phil.
that sounds right.
It's pretty crazy out there.
I mean, I know it's not easy.
It's all right. I mean, you're kind of secretly working a little bit, so it's not,
Don't tell
we're not actually
Janessa.
falling.
Don't tell Janessa.
Oh,
Secrets.
Sammy's super whiny tonight. I'm sorry to hear that. It's all right.
Poor little Samwise.
Oh,
That bee actually dropped honey.
Whoa! I actually didn't know they did that. I don't think a bee. has
Also, I
dropped
just
honey.
watched a bunny get trapped. That was kind of cool. I just happened to be standing there when it
It's
happened.
pretty horrific. Oh, take that, nature.
Oh, this is great. We have all this fresh bunny meat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Actually, you want to know a fun fact that's not relevant to anything anyone will ever care about. However, if you only ate rabbit meat and nothing else, no other vegetables or any other kind of meat, you would actually die because they don't have much of a particular vitamin or nutrient that I don't remember which one it is. But yes, if you
How do
ever
you know
find
this?
yourself...
Where did you
I know
figure
this
out?
because I watched a British program called QI. Quite
yeah,
interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Which is sort of like a really dorky, smart kind of quiz show.
I'm familiar. I'm familiar with QI.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's well worth watching, and you learn a lot of useless crap.
Question.
That.
Don't starve question. That is not useless.
Yes.
So I can reuse traps. Can I use them on the same rabbit hole, or should I find a new one?
I believe you can use it on the same rabbit hole.
Okay.
I believe. Because it's more than one rabbit per hole. That must lead to the kingdom of the bunnyman.
That's my understanding, is that leads to the kingdom of the bunnyman.
Yes. Oh, good. Some people know QI in the chat. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it, and I assume some other people in the chat may be from a friend of mine, a couple of friends of mine who do YouTube videos called Run Button.
Ooh.
YouTube.com/runbutton. But Keith talks about QI fairly often.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome show. It's very dorky in a very lovable way.
I got all these berries. I got a bunny to murder.
There's so much.
I feel good about what's
It's an
happening.
embarrassment of riches.
I feel
Dead rabbits and berries.
I feel very good about what's going on right now.
You're doing really, really well.
You are doing very well.
We're 7 days in, and we're not.
I'm gonna pretty much take credit, Brooke and I, for giving such awesome advice, and that's why you're still alive.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I want to make. Here we go. I want to make a straw roll. So this will let me sleep.
Yes, and that will help a lot with your sanity. Although your sanity is not doing bad at all here.
Let's cook these berries.
Now, the other thing you're going to need to start, I think it's probably around day 9 or 10, but I do want to warn you about something that's going to definitely happen in the game pretty soon.
And you
Just
think,
when you're
you think
getting
it's
comfortable
worth me
here.
having a warning, or do you want me to be surprised?
I do. I actually want to give you a warning because I would like to see you survive an appreciable amount of time.
Okay.
There are going to be hellhounds pretty soon. Probably not today, but soon enough.
Do you
And
think...
hellhounds kill you quickly. They bite your face and they kill you quickly.
What is the proper procedure for
I
not
have a
dying?
favorite strategy for dealing with them,
What is that?
and that is running wild and finding a herd of beefalo or finding some of the sort of man pigs. I forget what the official name is for them.
Man pigs. Yeah,
but
that's...
other animals will be able to kill the hellhounds. Spiders also work.
I believe man pigs was a term you've been using in your reviews a lot lately.
Yes.
That's been making a lot of MRA people really angry.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
You keep talking about the patriarchy and man pigs.
Oh, right. I didn't even make the connection until you just drew it out for me too.
I had to do that. I had to explain it in detail.
That's clearly how much of an agenda I have. So yeah. Oh, the science machine, Thomas, actually gives you a lot more crafting recipes,
A lot
more
more.
things you can make, and sort of leads you down the tech tree. So it's important to have one of those around. Watch out for man bear pig. Oh god, the Lord's litter.
What about
The Calcutech, awesome. That's a pretty rad reference there to Idle Thumbs. High five. Okay, so let me explain this.
Obi-Wan
On
Kenobi
Idle
says-
Thumbs not too long ago, and we were thinking of sort of the apparatus that a lord is carried around in, and Chris and Jake were like, a lord carrier. And I was like, it's called a litter, you guys, and they thought I was crazy, and then I looked it up on Wikipedia, and it is indeed called a litter, but it's also known as a lord, something like lord carrier, so we had a chuckle.
Here's the thing. What about these walls?
Oh yes, walls are
Will
great.
that protect me from hellhounds?
They will. The only problem with those is you don't want them too close to your fire because they can burn down, because those are straw walls, right?
Hay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Not straw. Don't be ridiculous.
How
hay.
crazy are you?
Let's get real. Come on now.
I'm just gonna make a bunch of these though. I don't know if this is far enough away from my fire, but I'm gonna pretend that it is.
Oh yeah, that should be totally far away. The other thing is you can make your fire so big
How do I
that
get
it
out of
burns down.
these if I like box myself in here?
You want to leave a little sort of diagonal space for Wilson to get out.
Sorry, I was going to say, Obi-Wan Kenobi in the chat says, Neon Goof new thread, Polygon Writer accuses all male members of game industry as being man pigs.
Oh, I'm sure that's already a thread.
It'll be up there soon if it's not now.
Yeah, exactly. Neon goof. Number pig.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Wait.
Oh yes, it is also called a palanquin. Wait, where is that? I'm like, somebody said palanquin here, and you were right. Oh,
You're just making up words.
a litter is also known as a palanquin and a lord's carrier, which is funny.
Oh shit, I need an alchemy engine. Ugh.
Yep, that is the next level of science machine, basically.
I might be able to make that though.
It's good to have it. Then you can start getting into, I'm going to give you a big spoiler, there's magic in this game.
I've heard that.
Yep, the science, I mean, the alchemy engine kind of gives it away, right? But there's science and magic. So that's pretty fancy. Friar Jean, essay, Palanquin. Thank you. I was pronouncing that incorrectly.
Oh, it's so... I have to put it so far away. Why? I think I put too many trees here.
It's okay. You can burn them really quickly, actually, if you hate all those trees. But you might not want to do that because you just built those nice walls. So. There you go. Look at all those new things you can do. There is also a resurrection item, so in case you die, you basically have sort of another try. Because otherwise, this game is all about permadeath. You die, you're done for, and all this amazing work you've done is sort of for naught.
That sounds useful.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good idea. Right now I need to chop this tree down.
Oh, and a quick note, you can chop down trees, and if you have a shovel, which I think you can probably make right now, you can dig up the stump as well, and that's an extra log. And you don't have, like, the unsightly stump that you get blocked on.
That is, useful.
I played a lot of this game.
I'm starting to put that together.
Yeah, it's... I kind of got obsessed with this when I was reviewing it. It was pretty much all I was playing for a good week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time with it, which is probably smart. I mean, like, this type of game, it feels like spending a lot of time with it for the review is not a bad idea.
Yeah, I thought so. And I was also fairly new to... I guess it's a roguelike, like, as people call it.
Sort of?
So, I mean, it just, in the permadeath, and...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's more of a crafting game than a roguelike, but it has the permadeath element and a couple of other things to it, so I sort of, wanted to really take my time with it.
Whoa. I just made this wall bigger.
Yep.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Blowing my mind right now.
Look at that.
Doing things that I didn't even know were possible. And I feel like I have you guys to thank for that.
You're very welcome. Beefalomancer.
Gorntrex says,
What
if
we're
a
here
rogue
for.
settled down as a craftsman, it's probably
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's an excellent description.
I do want to make a shovel, I think.
It's a helpful thing. You can also dig up graves with it, which is a good and bad idea.
I did find that graveyard that was full of gold at the beginning.
Yep. And
I don't know what could go wrong.
Yes. Things can go wrong with that as well.
I don't think
More
so.
money, more
that doesn't
problems,
seem like
though.
anything could go
Exactly.
Mo money, mo problems.
wrong. Wait, no, what?
Those are truest words ever spoken. Oh, is somebody talking about riff tracks? Because I believe somebody's talking about riff tracks. You really should. It's a great experience. No,
That's
maybe?
still a thing? Riff tracks?
Yeah.
They're
Riff
still-
tracks live. That's
Oh.
a pretty great thing.
I used to watch them back in high school. I didn't know they were still doing their thing.
Oh yeah, they totally are. It's very much worthwhile, especially for certain movies that you kind of love but also kind of think are stupid. And their live stuff is pretty great, I think, anyway. And you don't actually have to be live, like, in the venue. They usually have, movie theaters have deals, so it's like, across the country, whatever night it is, they can do it up for you.
In fact, we went to one of those together, didn't we?
We did! That was one of the first times we hung out, actually.
Yeah.
For Birdemic. Riff Tracks Live Birdemic, like, about a year
Birdemic.
ago, I think.
Classic.
Oh, definitely.
Classic of the genre.
It really is. And I'm so glad it's getting a sequel.
Yeah, it is. And movies are weird. Life is weird.
It's special.
Life is weird.
Pixel Kaiser says Riff Tracks wasn't even a thing when I was in high school. Way to make me feel. Don't feel bad, Pixel Kaiser. It was MST3
Yeah, so it's
when I was
probably
in high school.
yeah,
so
it's probably worth
sorry.
pointing out that Brooke is like 13 years old,
Yeah,
so
guys.
don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
And I'm only barely joking. Also,
It's okay. It's alright.
we're not judging you. If anything, we're feeling bad about it.
Yeah, we're the ones who are jealous, not it's not the other way around. Are we age gated? Thomas asked.
Wow, is it
Well, I
okay to
hope
have
not.
on this stream? Yes.
Oops.
23, guys. Come on.
Oh, that's not so bad.
It's pretty bad. You're like the youngest kid I've ever met.
Aw.
You're even younger than his 10-day-old newborn, Brooke.
I believe that's correct.
In spirit, I am, yeah.
Oh. I have distinct Andrew. I have distinct memories of watching MST3K with my dad on UPN back in the day. I remember watching it on Sci-Fi way, way, way back in the day, which was pretty awesome. And I was really the only one who really liked it out of my family. Everyone else thought it was kind of stupid, and I was, rolling around on the floor laughing, and that should say something about the rest of my life.
You were rolling around on the floor? Were you okay?
I was fine. I was just laughing really, really hard.
Oh, alright. I was just concerned. That doesn't seem like... I was worried about
Doesn't
you.
seem healthy.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Alright, I need more grass and twigs if I want to keep building this hay wall, and I do.
And you should. It's a lovely wall.
Thank you. Oh, I can plant these here. That's a good idea.
Oh, the old pre-mic stuff was on UPN. Ah, yes. You're correct, Andrew. UPN was early days, and then it was Sci-Fi, then it was Comedy Central. I forget, but it was on several networks for a good several years. And Thomas is talking about Cinematic Titanic, which is basically Joel, excuse me, MST3K fans, and a couple of the other writers from the older MST3K, and they've kind of done their own thing in the vein of Rev Tracks as well. So there's all sorts of things for MST3K fans out there.
There's also a whole lot of, at least last time I checked, I don't know if that stuff's still there, but I assume so. A whole lot of classic Mystery Science Theater stuff on Netflix.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So if you're not familiar, if you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, you can go to Netflix and look up MST3K, and there are a whole bunch of random old ones. Mystery Science Theater 3000 is basically what we are doing here, except with movies. It's them just talking over, like, B movies.
Yeah, mostly really terrible, awful movies.
So it's
and they're not all sci-fi either, which is worth noting.
It's a lot of what I do on my stream. A lot of, like, obviously, this stuff is takes some inspiration from that. So if you guys like this, you might like.
If you like this genre, you might like...
Fans of the genre. Oh god, no.
Roll fizzle beef. Yes. Big McLarge huge. Chunk hard beef. If you guys know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Okay, good. There's other folks saying it too in the stream, so. I'm not the only
Here's
one.
another mandrake. It went really well last time, so let's do that.
Flint Ironstag. Punch speed chunk. I'm gonna read these out. Butch deadlift.
I'm noticing you're doing that.
Large man meat. Bob Johnson. Yeah, Big McLarge huge is definitely my favorite out of all of them. Put some salt on it before you eat that mandrake.
Whoa! What is this thing? Guys, what is this?
That's a beefalo.
Should I kill it?
I would not try to kill a beefalo right now. I would let the hounds of hell do it for you, and then you can just take the meat and the wool and stuff.
They won't eat it themselves?
No, they won't eat the meat. So basically, whenever anything dies, it drops stuff, whatever substance that it, does. Actually, you are going to need the poop as well from the beefalo.
Or you can just pee on it.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's always a thing you can do.
Hey, I see poop. What do I need that for?
Poop is... You're going to need poop to make farms.
Sure, alright.
If you're into sustainable living and all that.
I'm not, really?
In this game, it does help a bit. Yes. Last hard cheese. Thank you, Croc.
We're gonna wait on that. There's a lot of poop over here, though.
Yeah, they're very useful for making poop and sort of a kind of wool, and also beefalo meat when they die. So that's super useful.
Feces and meat. Sounds good.
Yummy, yummy. I love how we're both like, yeah.
That's what we're into here.
Slab bulkhead.
Don't mind me, guys.
It's all good. I'm the one yelling out the stupid names from Laser Blast. So it is Laser Blast, right? That's Crunch butt steak. Stump trunk man.
These are like great XCOM character names.
They really are. Can another Mystery Science Theater? Oh, Space Mutiny. Thank you, Crocbox. That's what I was about to ask. If it was Laser Blast or Space Mutiny, and well, several people are saying it now. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Space Mutiny, also known as one of the Mystery Science Theater movies that is a work of science fiction and features a very old woman as the hot young girl character, which is
Great.
pretty great. Pretty awesome stuff. Oh, you're right. Laser Blast was a movie about the stoner kid that finds a space gun in the desert. That's correct.
I totally remember that one.
Yep,
I remember
that
that
one's
one
really
very
good, too.
well.
That's another classic.
Yeah. So I need to cook a rabbit. And a
How'd you know?
mandragora.
My grandma daughter. Yes, that was a pretty great line from that one. Cook that rabbit. You know, something I really appreciate about Don't Starve, to actually talk about the game that you're playing, Phil.
Ugh.
Are
You sure you want to go down that path?
I really like the art style in this game. I think it's cute and creepy at the same time. It does that really well.
It's very
And it
Tim
has
Burton.
Yeah, it's very Tim Burton, and it's very Gashly Crumb Tiny, which is another dumb reference I made on Idle Thumbs the one time I was on there. Which is the Edward Gorey book that sort of made that style super.
I think what I like about it is it seems like it's going for a similar feeling to what I would say like Binding of Isaac is going for, except that I feel like Binding of Isaac goes just gross enough that like it kind of turns a lot of people off.
Yeah, this is more charming, I would say. Like there's poop in this game, of course, but it's called manure, and you just kind of like it's like little, you know, cartoon-looking poo. It's not as nasty looking, I think, as the. I look over. I'm now comparing poo sprites in video games.
Video games
Pretty
are
cool.
art, and I think
Poo sprites.
we've shown that here today. I think it's clear.
Yes.
Games are art.
The art of poo sprites.
Oh no, I'm trapped on these
Pixel
hay
Kaiser
walls.
says, I really want to like Edmund McMillan's games, but the Newgroundsy Flash grossness makes me sad, and it's just not my thing. Which is a fair enough.
I mean, I don't think
thing.
that's fair, but people know my opinions.
Unfair.
People know my opinions on Binding of Isaac, so
Yes.
my opinions are that it's very good.
It's the best game ever, basically.
I don't know if... Yeah, I probably would go that far, you're right.
Crocbox asks, so when is a hardback edition of The Art of Poo Sprites coming out? I hope soon, because I can't wait for it, Crocbox. There's a lot of, academic research to be done on comparing poo sprites in one game and another.
I think I just saw somebody on my Steam friends list log on to Saints Row 4. So if there's anybody who's waiting for Saints Row 4 to unlock on the PC, it looks like maybe it has.
Looks like it just happened. And it just turned 9 o'clock here on the West Coast, so if anybody was waiting to see our opinions on the XCOM first-person shooter, the Bureau.
Not specifically our opinion, but Justin McElroy's opinion.
Right.
Which,
Justin
to be fair, I
McElroy's
probably strongly disagree with.
It's true, you are kind of a contrarian, Phil. But we won't bring that up.
That's not true. I'm not a contrarian. I'm just right about everything.
You're just right all the time.
Yeah. And, sometimes I have to be right when nobody else is.
Yeah. No, I understand that. That's why we all work together so well. I'm actually refreshing Polygon.com right now to see if the review has gone up.
Polygon.com?
Well, it should be up shortly. Polygon.com.
I would actually check the Polygon Twitter account. 'Cause sometimes it goes up on there before it actually appears on the site.
That's true. Oh, it's up. It's actually up. Here, I'll send a link if anybody is interested. This is Justin McElroy's review of The Bureau, XCOM Declassified.
And I'm excited. So the rumor that's been going around is that they are going to be announcing a new XCOM game at Gamescom, and I'm pretty excited for that.
That is very exciting. Very exciting indeed. Yes, that's right. Hoops McElroy. Thomas says Arthur is sitting at home cursing at Phil to get back to work as he furiously updates the site. That might not be incorrect, actually, Thomas.
That's probably pretty close to how things are going, from my understanding.
Not too far off the mark. Zombie Manos, who does have a Mystery Science Theater related name, as I saw earlier in the chat, says, I suck at all the games I love, Dark Souls, XCOM, and a very unhappy face.
That's okay. I suck at a lot of games that I love. It doesn't stop me from loving them.
Yeah, I find that I'm really, really terrible at games if anybody's watching me play them. And this has been kind of a problem whenever I've done a video review. The minute I start streaming, I do the dumbest things and I die, and I'm just, like, rather embarrassed.
You're great at streaming, then. Perfect.
Oh, yes.
You're
Someday
exactly
I'll be
what we're
good
looking for.
at this. Someday. When I grow up as a video game journalist.
The trick that I've discovered is getting used to the fact that, like, no matter what, when you're playing a game online on the internet and people are watching you, you're gonna have people who are like, "Oh, you're doing terrible. How are you not better at this game?" Blah blah blah, etc. So it's just, you know, at some point you just have to kind of be used to that, like.
Yeah.
Not let it get to you. Sort of the same way that when we write reviews, we're going to get shitty comments from people who are angry about the review no matter what.
This is certainly true.
And you just learn to not let it get to you.
Yes. I'm pretty good with the hate mail stuff and it's not like hate mail, but mean comments and such from my previous career, where I was sort of a hate mail wrangler for a number of years for a large nonprofit.
You got some pretty great hate mail from
we got
from the ACLU, right?
That's correct. We got some good stuff. Finely crafted paintings of basically staff members walking through the gates of hell.
Great.
That was pretty much the best thing ever. Lots of scrawled notes in childish handwriting about how we're awful and Jesus
blood?
hates us. No, usually red pen, but not blood. Not typically. Good stuff.
Is there a way to trap a turkey? Or do you just have to...
You know, the only turkeys I ever killed, honestly...
Like, are you talking about in real life?
Oh.
No.
I just want to clarify.
No, in the game.
Because if you're talking about in real life, then yeah, totally. I can show you how to trap a turkey in real life.
I feel like it would be easier in real life than it is in this game, honestly.